Have you been told you have prediabetes, but no one actually told you what to do? Or maybe you've been hearing about medications like Ozempic and Wegovy and wondering, do I need this? Is there another way? What if your body already has a built in system to regulate your blood sugar and there are natural ways to support it? Today, I'm breaking down GLP-1, prediabetes, real side effects people aren't even talking about, y'all, and even tracking a real client story where we tracked her blood sugar in real time as she took a natural remedy. Hey, health warrior, before we get started, if you want visuals, breakdowns, and support, make sure you join my free Facebook group, Health Beyond Weight Loss, Metabolic Health, and Insulin Resistance. I go deeper there, and you can actually apply this information. The link is in the show notes. If you're tired of sugar cravings, brain fog, fatigue, and all the conflicting health and diet advice, and you just want to know what's happening inside of your body, you're in the right place. I'm TaShawn Davis, holistic health coach, registered nurse, and metabolic health educator. I help you break sugar cravings through balanced blood sugar so you can take your health back naturally. So grab your favorite sugar-free drink, pop in those earbuds, and let's learn how to work with our body and not against it. What is prediabetes? Really? What is prediabetes? Honestly, I tell people all the time, there's really no such thing as prediabetes. Because by the time you're diagnosed, your body has already been struggling with insulin resistance. And your body has been showing you signs for a while. That belly fat that you just can't get rid of, that's a sign. High blood pressure often shows up before diabetes ever comes on the scene. That's a sign. You have had fatigue, brain fog, cravings, and even diagnosed with fatty liver. Your body has been telling a story long before the labs have said anything. Your body has been whispering for a while, and now it's finally screaming, we have an issue. But a lot of times we wait until those numbers come back before we take anything seriously. We want to know, am I pre-diabetic or diabetic yet? That's when we change it. And if you haven't listened to my other episodes on insulin resistance yet, go back and listen to that after this one, because it will connect all the dots for you. Now let's talk about GLP-1. GLP-1 is a hormone your body already makes. After you eat, it helps release insulin, slow digestion, and tell your brain that you're full. So in simple terms, it helps regulate your blood sugar, your appetite, and your energy. And listen, I know there's a lot of big words out there, but this podcast exists so you can understand it simply, so you can explain it to someone else and feel confident when you're talking to your doctor. The medications that are prescribed as GLP-1s, a lot of people know them as Ozempic and Wegovy, and they're designed to mimic this hormone, just stronger and longer. But here's the key. Your body already has this system built in. And now I want to be very clear. These medications can be helpful in certain situations, but we also need to talk about what's not always discussed. Those side effects, y'all. The side effects include slowed digestion, which can be very painful, fatigue, muscle loss, and weakness. And a lot of people don't realize you don't want to lose weight to just lose weight. You want to target that fat, y'all, not muscle. Because when you lose muscle, your metabolism is affected. You feel weaker, you feel tired, and that defeats the goal. It's also a very expensive medication, and it's often not covered long term. And many times people stop taking it and all of that weight comes back because they never address the root issue. I want to talk about a client for a moment, y'all. I had a sugar detox program, and she wore a continuous glucose monitor. We would bring in foods during this program, and she would start to check her blood sugars the moment she started to eat, and she would see her sugar go down. Why? Because we introduced a natural remedy into the food that caused her blood sugar to go down. This natural remedy was allulose. And we noticed she had no spikes and she didn't crash hard. She had stability. That's what we were looking for, not a roller coaster. She has steady blood sugar control. So we're going to talk about 3 natural remedies that support the body's GLP-1. And the first one is allulose. It's very powerful. It's naturally found in small amounts in foods like figs and raisins. But here's what makes the difference. It doesn't spike your blood sugar, and it may support your own body's GLP-1 response, and it helps reduce those after meal spikes. It gives you sweetness without raising your sugar or insulin. The second one we'll talk about is called bitter melon. Bitter melon is also known as ampalaya, bitter gourd, or chlorella. This helps your body use insulin better and supports insulin function. Just like a GLP-1, y'all. Apple cider vinegar and cinnamon is the last one we'll talk about. When you take these together, they slow how fast your sugar enters your bloodstream and helps you respond better to it. It's very simple, but powerful. And I want to be clear, though. These do not replace your body system. They support it. The goal is not to depend on something forever. The goal is to understand your body so it can function the way God intended it to. Listen, y'all, we are needed in this hour. And if we're tired, sick, and full of pain, especially because we're taking something for our bodies that we can naturally make, we are not being good stewards over our body. We need to understand what's happening so that we can better support it. And for those of you who are a little nerdy like me, I've included some of the studies on these ingredients in the show notes so that you can go a little deeper and do your own research and really understand what's happening in your body. And if this episode has helped you, make sure you go back and listen to the other episodes. I break down things like insulin resistance, hidden sugars in drinks, and even my flat belly drink recipe, because all of these episodes build on one another. And the more you understand, the better decisions you can make. And remember, this is for educational purposes only. I'm not telling you what to do or to take, but I am helping you to make informed healthcare decisions. So when you talk to your doctor, you can feel more confident. God bless you. Alrighty, my friend, if this episode has helped you understand your body a little bit better and helped you have the confidence to make better informed healthcare decisions, share it with someone you know who may be struggling with sugar cravings, brain fog, or fatigue, because they may not even realize that blood sugar could be the reason. And also leave a review because it really helps more people find this. Remember, the goal is to reverse 1 million type 2 diabetes in my lifetime. And as always, I want to remind you the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And some people are fighting every day just to have the health and energy to live their everyday life that they were called to live. So I am praying for your health. I am praying for your strength. And I'll see you on the next episode.